Palantir price just had a massive leak, and the numbers are really crazy. Around 300 million worth of Palantir stocks are being questioned. Analysts are dropping their signals. The dream of $500 per share might be coming soon. But how is this even possible? And this definitely makes the community excited. Is this the start of something massive for Palantir? Or is this something else? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. It's turning out to be a pretty solid day for Palantir. The stock took a rough dive, sinking all the way down to around $80, and for a moment, it felt like things were unraveling. But just like that, it came roaring back, climbing its way up and settling near 86. It's almost like Palantir is flexing, showing that it's built different, that it can take a hit and still bounce back stronger. And you can feel the energy shift. Just a little while ago, the atmosphere was heavy, filled with uncertainty and doubt. But now, it's like a breath of fresh air. The sentiment flipped, and suddenly, everyone's bullish again. Confidence is creeping back in, and Palantir isn't just holding its ground. It's making a statement. And here's the thing. One analyst broke it down perfectly, explaining exactly what's happening with Palantir's chart right now. According to him, it showed some real strength to close out the week, then dipped into a key demand zone where buyers stepped in. And today, it flipped an important moving average on the daily chart, a sign that momentum might be shifting. On the weekly, there's a bullish hammer forming, one of those patterns that traders love to see because it hints at a potential rebound. It's starting to look promising, but now it needs to prove itself. A little more follow-through, and this could turn into something really interesting. One analyst even went as far as saying that today is the perfect time to jump into Palantir. He pointed out that Palantir's stock has been on a wild ride lately, swinging up and down as investor sentiment shifts fast. The overall trend has been rough, with the stock sliding hard over the past month, mostly due to a broader market pullback and a wave of selling in high-growth software names. On top of that, concerns about potential federal spending cuts and questions about Palantir's valuation have added even more pressure. But according to Loop Capital's Mark Schappel, this is exactly the kind of moment where quality stands out. His advice? Stick with companies that dominate their space, have strong competitive positions, solid profit margins, and generate steady cash flow. And in his view, Palantir checks every single box. Even though he had to trim his price target a bit due to the market's recent reset, he's still extremely bullish, seeing major upside over the next year. Bottom line, he's calling it a buy. But wait, this buy signal from the analyst might actually make a lot of sense. And here's why. Something crazy just leaked today. Palantir's price target has been leaked, and if this turns out to be true, we're talking about a potential move to $500. Yeah, you heard that right. This could change everything. I'll break it all down later in the video, but first, here's something you might want to know. Insider selling has been wild lately, and today, something big just came to light. Stephen Cohen, Palantir's president and co-founder, just unloaded over $300 million worth of shares last week. This isn't just another routine sale. This is by far the biggest one he's made in over a year. And here's why that's a big deal. When a top executive sells that much stock, it makes people wonder. Does he know something the rest of us don't? Is he just cashing out? Or is there something bigger at play? Moves like this can shake investor confidence, especially when a stock is already in a volatile spot. Some will brush it off as normal, but for others, it's a reason to second-guess everything. It could fuel doubt, shift momentum, and change the way people see Palantir's future. And just like that, the community had plenty to say. As expected, the reaction started rolling in. One analyst on Twitter put it bluntly, "This is the only issue they have with Palantir. Not worried about federal spending, tariffs, AI fears, or even global tensions. None of that. But the constant insider selling? That's a problem." They pointed out that if Palantir's leadership could just hit pause on these massive stock sales, or at least explain what's going on, it would make a huge difference. Right now, it's just not a good look. No one's questioning the company itself. The future looks solid, and as Dan Ives put it, Palantir is basically the Messi of AI. But for some investors, that's not enough. They're holding off on taking a serious long position until they see insiders actually buying instead of selling. But hold on, maybe we're all overthinking this. One analyst just stepped in and pointed something out that changed the whole perspective. He reminded everyone that Palantir's management did the exact same thing last year, selling a huge amount of stock right before the price exploded by hundreds of %. Back then, people panicked, thinking it was a bad sign. But in reality, the stock went on an absolute tear. So this isn't necessarily bearish. It's just a classic move. Executives taking profits, like management teams do all the time. The only reason it's getting so much attention now is because, well, it's Palantir. And a lot of people already think it's overvalued, so every little thing sparks a debate. But if history repeats itself, this could actually be a bullish sign. What if the stock is gearing up for another huge run? What if there's something big happening behind the scenes that we don't know about yet? The timing is interesting, and if the past is any clue, this could be the setup for something huge. And here's the thing, there's some huge price leak now that might back this up. A huge leak just sent the Palantir community into a frenzy today. Amid all the back and forth on fundamentals, DeepSeek AI's latest R1 model just dropped a bold prediction. Palantir could be gearing up for a massive bullish run by April, potentially setting a new all-time high. According to the AI model, it all comes down to key factors like Palantir's growing list of strategic partnerships, its dominance in AI, and those ever-important defense contracts. But it's not all smooth sailing. There are risks too. Slowing revenue growth, potential defense budget cuts, and concerns over valuation could throw a wrench in the rally. DeepSeek laid out two possible outcomes. If confidence stays strong, we could see Palantir shooting up toward insane levels, even reaching $130. But if things go south, the stock could take a hit. Even with those risks, the AI model's base case still paints a pretty bullish picture. Now, if you guys remember, analysts have already talked about Palantir eventually hitting $500, but only if they recovered fully and locked in the right partnerships. Well, guess what? That's exactly what's happening right now. With all these new deals and constant advancements, that target might not be as far off as people think. In fact, we might be seeing it way sooner than expected, because Palantir's impact right now is undeniable. And here's just one example of how massive it really is. Swiss Re, one of the biggest names in reinsurance, saw absolutely insane results after consolidating through Palantir. We're talking a return on investment that blew past expectations, paying for itself in just a handful of months. On top of that, their reporting time was slashed by more than half. Underwriters saved a huge chunk of time, and data engineers, their productivity skyrocketed. And this is exactly why Palantir's stock has the potential to go crazy. When companies see real tangible results like this, when Palantir's software isn't just useful but completely game-changing, big money starts flowing in. More contracts, bigger deals, stronger demand. For investors, this isn't just about numbers on a screen. This kind of momentum is what builds generational wealth. The kind of stock that doesn't just rise, it creates millionaires. And with Palantir constantly proving its worth, we might just be watching history unfold in real time. And looking ahead, Palantir's future is shaping up to be massive. One analyst is so confident that he straight up believes Palantir is on track to become a trillion-dollar company. He explained that trying to value Palantir based on traditional financial metrics just doesn't work, just like with most high-growth companies. The real question isn't about where the numbers are today, but how far Palantir's technology will spread and how much cash flow it can generate over time. In his eyes, this company belongs in the top 10 globally, and right now, the stock is seriously undervalued. He sees anything under $100 as a gift, because in the long run, Palantir could be worth far more. And if that's the case, then the 500 price target isn't just some wild prediction. It's within reach. If Palantir keeps expanding, locking in major partnerships, and proving its dominance in AI and defense, we're not just talking about a stock that does well. We're talking about a company that could reshape industries, create massive wealth for investors, and cement itself as one of the most powerful players in the market. The way things are going, this could be just the beginning. But what is your opinion on this? Comment down below. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Palantir update might make you lose money, so don't risk it. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.